If diabetes were a job, I would have called in sick by now. And no, this isn't just regular old being tired. This is called diabetes burnout. Let's talk about something no one really prepares you for with type 1 diabetes, the burnout. And no, this isn't the kind of burnout that comes from not drinking enough water or sleeping too late last night. It's the physical, mental exhaustion that comes with monitoring your condition 24/7. Because apparently my pancreas decided to retire on me early and give me all of this responsibility. So what is diabetic burnout? Medically speaking, it is the fatigue and constant exhaustion of managing your disease. And in normal terms, it is being tired of constantly thinking about diabetes, your corrections, your blood sugar, your boluses, the food, and repeat, the alarms, repeat. It's the emotional fatigue and constant stress that someone gets when they have to be always alert on their condition. Why does this happen to type 1 diabetics? Well, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease that requires continuous and constant decision making, up to hundreds of decisions a day. And as a result, this activates your stress response, also called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Basically, your brain is in survival mode all day. And a simpler explanation is that your body isn't meant to be in this overwhelming state for so long, so your brain gets overwhelmed and tired. Now, some signs of experiencing diabetic burnout can be the following: forgetting or neglecting checking your alarms because you do not want to be disappointed or stressed out, feeling annoyed by alarms and constantly saying in your head,
I heard you, or that's enough, I get it.
Stuff like that, because your brain is already in overdrive mode, and hearing another alarm or another sound can tick you over the line. And things also like feeling like guilty about being bad at managing your disease, which is totally valid, but that doesn't mean that you're bad at managing it at all. And then probably the most common for me at least is thinking, I'm already doing everything I can, so why bother anymore? Obviously, none of these signs and having diabetic burnout does not mean that you are lazy or bad at managing the disease. It is something that just comes with the experience of being diabetic, and it'll pass before you even know it. And you're probably wondering why people don't talk about this more. It's because they think that diabetes is just numbers, taking insulin, living on with your normal life, which is usually how it is, but there are always those stubborn days where you're managing it the best you can, but things are just not going your way. And that will obviously come with emotional labor, even on the good days. Because apparently patience and math, science, and psychology is a required skill for everyone with type 1 diabetics now. But do not beat yourself up about it, and do not think that you're irresponsible for illy managing your disease. You're doing really, really well. And now you're probably also asking, how do I cope and heal from burnout? I'm not going to make this very peachy and say that burnout magically just disappears when you do these things, but these things will definitely help. Now, number one is lowering your expectations. Me personally, I have very high expectations for myself in every aspect of my life, so obviously my diabetes is not excluded. And I found that being very stubborn and pressuring myself to be in the perfect range all the time did not help with burnout at all. So lowering your expectations will definitely help and relax you from some of that pressure. Number two is automating when it is possible. Using technology to help you with managing your diabetes is not cheating. It is not a game or a competition that you have to win. Do what you think is best for you to be managing your diabetes and be as healthy as possible. Number three is talking to somebody, doesn't have to be another diabetic. It can just be anyone who listens, and just letting out all of your stress and your thoughts will definitely ease the burden of being burnt out. Also, a very important reminder that being burnt out doesn't mean that you're a failure, that you're bad at managing your condition. In reality, it just means that you've been strong for way too long. Type 1 diabetes doesn't come with days off, so that's why being burnt out is so valid and so real, and it does not define how you are or how you try to manage your condition. If you relate to this, you are not alone. And if you don't have type 1 diabetes, then this is your sign to be empathetic. If you like this type 1 diabetic realistic content, then follow my channel, subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!